is starting again. Today we're talking about a new place in the world. It's about Japan. It's a great place. So we'll learn now because the time is very usual, okay? First, we'll talk about Japan first. Japan is the first place to see the sun because it's in the sea. That every time the sea reaches, so it will rise the sun. That's up the light so we can see the sun in Japan. But the other places can't see the sun late. Then Japan is the first place. So the flag will start with the sun in the middle of the flag. So we called it the flag that has the sun. Okay? But where is Japan? Well, Japan is also in Asia, but it's smaller than other places. So it's made of little pieces of island in the Pacific Ocean, and it's off of the coast of Asia. There are four main islands in Japan, and there are thousands smaller islands pieces that make the Japan starts into an island. Next is Japan is smaller than California, part of California, and the other countries in Asia. Well, capital of Japan is Tokyo. Tokyo is a large place where everyone knows. And it's in the island called Nanshu. Nanshu is near the island of Japan, so it's called Nanshu. In the city, there are tall skyscrapers. Some others have skyscrapers, but they're also taller than the skyscraper in Japan. There are more than 32,000 people live in Japan. So you see, there are a lot of people in Japan, so let's talk about people. There are more than 127,000 people live in Japan. They also have their own language. They speak also English, but a little bit. They also speak their own language is Japanese. Next, they live more in city and towns than other like countries, farms, and other types of like farms and village. Okay? Life in Japan is very busy, but they have a little space, and almost of they're very, very crowded. Next, they eating almost rice and fish because they out in the ocean, like the Pacific Ocean, so they have more fish than rice. So the rice is from the farm in towns and villages, so they have rice to cupboard into the city, tall skyscrapers, and put it on them to make rice and fish, okay? Next we'll learn about their land. We did no shore for the land of Japan, but now we'll learn. So here, we are almost in Japan is covered with water, and in almost land are mountains. But almost there are volcanoes. volcanoes than land because there are 70 volcanoes in the small land. Okay? So we know there are also earthquakes. Earthquake just a little from the size of its own, like Japan, but there are also types of things like hurricane, so it gets more earthquake. And we know about Mount Fuji, you know. Mount Fuji is the tallest mountain in Japan and it erupted many years ago. And in Japan, there are some coasts, like farmlands, and also a big city in coasts. Like there are lakes and rivers, streams to erupt, but the Japan didn't have any small islands to have erupt. Next is their history. Japan has a little history of their. Not like the other countries, they have just a little because they're a long time ago, okay? They're thousands of years old with Japan history. And also, when there was a story is about the war that in Japan was. And they traded things with Chinese. And they traded things and ideas to each other so the place would get more things. They also grow rice to get things and ideas from Chinese. And Japan is a little different from the other countries. From a long time ago, they didn't use their own language to write. Like us today. We write out our own writings like Vietnamese, English, and Indians or something else. But Japan is borrowing writing. Their writing was from Chinese. See? First they traded things and ideas and they borrowing Chinese writing. The writings, like there are different kinds of writes, and they write it just like the Chinese do. So right here we can watch three words that I found. First is fire. See these two parts. Next is rain and mountain. 3 words here can make the sentences. So keep working to find what the sentence get going, okay? Next, they're also borrowing right from a long time ago because sometimes there are words and some math or something else to learn about the places or for the writings, okay? Next is about empire. The empire is a king and it's ruled by an emperor. And the leader of the emperor is a shogun. So it is like a chain, like a food chain or a web chain. It's just like a different that from a long time ago were ruled each and ruled on. Here first is the empire, then the emperor, then the shoguns, and samurai. Samurai means big, strong warrior in the part. So we learned about history, now it's about the finally pace their food. We know that there are different kinds of foods that Japan eat. They also eat rice with meat like pork and fish. Almost they eat this raw fish. And they also eat noodles with green onions. And there are the fish like raw fish to make a type of rice with raw fish is sushi. Sushi, there are different kinds of sushi here, like fish sushi with raw fish. You can make sure to different kinds of things. But Japan is sure they eat kinds that help their species grow, so they eat raw fish for sure. They do. So today we're going to learn about Japan from a long time ago to there, and where is it for people, land, history, and food. So subscribe my video so you can learn more about places in the world, because they also make different kinds of things to learn and to continue to work and study. So keep going to watch. See you next time and check it out.